Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Sunovageek Podcast.
Son of a geek!
I'm Spencer.
And I'm Zeo. Welcome to part 3. We hope you're not tired of the list of animes, because we're going to continue to talk about the list of animes.
Well, we're in our third week now for it. I looked at the calendar, Zeo, and if there happens to be a part 4, we're in the clear because, as far as I know, every show starts on the earliest a show starts is the 5th. And the fourth episode of this would come out on the 4th.
Oh man, perfect timing.
I've just found one that comes out on the 4th.
Which
also just happens to be the one that we're about to talk about.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Which is going to be Other Side Picnic.
Other Side Picnic. Is it a picnic on the
other
side?
Guys, if you don't know, we're talking about the winter 2021 anime releases that are coming out. If this is the first episode you've come to, you should probably go 2 episodes back.
Or don't.
Because that's where we started talking
it's up to you.
Well, I think the first episode that we did had most of the really big shows in it.
It had I'd say the more popular shows. So I guess if you're into the more mainstream anime and you want to see more of the popular stuff, go check out the first episode. We don't really know what we're doing, but we're really in a groove now. We got this great woo and boo system, and it's never going away. That's how we're going to rate everything from now on or until we forget.
Or we'll create a more complicated system for next season. We really should. We should every season. We should just make it a little bit more complicated and complex.
And then, like a few years from now, it's just like a 29-point system. It doesn't even have an even number. It's just. Did
you ever see Conan O'Brien's game reviews that he did?
No.
So you'll check one of those out later. He always had his own reviewing system where he would be like, all right, I'm going to give this. And he'd like tap his elbow and then like tap his shoulder and then his something else out of it. And then he'd like tap a couple other random things and be like, all right, guys, figure it out. And then so he'd give like or he'd be like, I'm going to give it a hamana out of a whole shua. And that's my review. And it was really dumb.
I love it. It's great.
But so Other Side Picnic comes out on January 4th. This one I don't know. We'll see. Her first encounter with Toriko Nishina was on the other side after seeing that thing and nearly dying.
What?
Ever since that day, exhausted university student Sarara Kamikoshi's life changed. In this other world full of mystery which exists alongside her own, dangerous beings like the Kune and the Hashiku-sama that are spoken of in real ghost stories appear. For research for profit and to find an important person, Toriko and Sorawa set foot into the abnormal. A tale of two girls' bizarre exploration and survival, brought to you by an up-and-coming sci-fi author.
What is that thing? I don't know. I'm stuck on that. After seeing that thing, what did they see?
I don't know what it is. It's definitely got me interested.
It's got me interested as well. God dang it. At first Zeo, I was like, this is going to be dumb.
But
and
hold
now
on,
I'm just...
Zeo.
What?
There's going to be something that makes you even that much more interested in it.
What's that?
You know how it's an adventure, fantasy, mystery, sci-fi shoujo ai?
Yeah.
Do you know what a shoujo ai is?
No.
It's a yuri.
Oh.
Do you know what a yuri is?
No.
It's a love story about 2 girls.
Oh, all right. Why would
Well, because I thought you're also a pervert.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about joke in the last podcast. And they're both perverts. Yeah, forgot about that. Maybe that's what that thing is. Maybe it's just a giant dildo. After seeing a giant dildo,
if this is the first podcast you've come to, and you want to go, you're going to want to go rewatch the first one because that's where we talk about a lot of the popular ones, and then the second one is where we find all the ecchis,
and this third one is just a wild gambit. Who knows what's going to happen? And in part 4, we don't even know that it's going to exist yet.
That's what the title of podcast 2 was, where it was the winter 2021, and they're also all perverts.
We should call it winter 2021 Ichi edition.
I like it.
That's great. All right,
I mean,
cool.
this is being recorded like way later, so that already came out.
Yeah, but that's fine. Yeah, all right. Well, we'll go back to the past, just like that one anime, the redo of Healer.
I like it.
Perfect. We're all tying it in. It's great. All right, moving on. Oh, wait, for this, I'm kind of, all right, I'm kind of like a woo. I'm interested.
You're kind of what?
I'm a woo. I'm interested.
The talk about this other world and these other things, and then like that thing, it's got me like a woo.
I'm interested up until I find out what that thing is.
Oh, I hope we never find out what it is.
We'll find out.
I hope it always like tease, because there's so many times where shows or movies they tease you with what the creature is, and then you're like, oh man, what is this? And then they finally reveal it, and you're like, this is dumb.
Well, it's an anime. They don't do stuff like that.
Yeah, they do all the time.
But
I feel like you're gonna have a lot of fun with this next one's title, though.
Okay, Sorcerer, Stabber, Orphan, the Battle of Kimluck.
So stupid.
I love anime titles. They're so good.
So, Sorcerer, Stabber, Orphan is about the adventures of the renegade Krylancelo Finrandi, or Orphan as he's called, which makes sense. His name's pretty difficult.
Yeah.
His potent apprentice Magique and the feisty girl Cleo to save Orphan's foster sister Azali. The series begins slow and paced. Orphan is teaching magic to be a sorcerer. Oh, I guess there's a little bit more on there. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know. There's not a great synopsis I found for this one.
I'm also excited until I saw Studio Dean is the one doing it.
What is Studio
as we
Dean?
talked about in the last podcast with how much everyone hated the Seven Deadly Sins season 3, that was
did they do the
outsourced to
animation for
Season
it?
Dean or Studio Dean, yeah.
Oh, well, here's a better synopsis. Maybe this will change your mind.
Okay.
The young man Orphan engages in money-lending activities in the back streets of the commercial city of Totokanta. Once he was known as one of the Tower of Fang's most promising black sorcerers. One day, Orphan was approached by Vulcan and Dorton, who had a very profitable money-making scheme set up. Under the guise of wealthy merchants, they set forth toward the everlasting household to partake in a marriage fraud. But there was one problem. Vulcan's plan was full of holes, leading one of the sisters to find out about their plan too. Then suddenly a huge monster attacks the mansion. Among all the commotion, the one name rings out, Azali. This monster was what he was looking for 5 years. His older sister Azali, who transformed into a draconic monster. Between those who seek to kill the monster and Orphan, giving everything to protect it, his peaceful days are at an end. Trying desperately to transform his sister Azali back to her true form lends to a treacherous journey that ultimately allows Orphan to learn the vast secrets of his world. That synopsis is so much better.
Yeah, it sounds very interesting.
That now I'm kind of like, woohoo.
I'm a woo.
Like that's all right. I'm down. January 20th. I'm gonna be checking this one out.
All right. Yeah.
Hopefully the animation isn't bad.
Yeah. Hopefully. But it may not.
And if it is, hopefully the story really.
Hopefully the story makes up for all the bad. But after that, we've got Horrencia Saga.
Oh.
Horechia Saga is a medieval fantasy tale of war and chaos. 3 years ago, the king was betrayed and murdered by one of his dukes, who then rebuilt the kingdom into his own. But now, the original heir to the throne has secretly come of age. Hiding in the guise of a man, she and her loyal band begin to quest to save her homeland.
Yeah. Oh, butter tarts. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh. Suck it, Zeo. I get butter tarts.
What's a butter tart?
You don't know what a butter tart is?
No, yeah, I don't know what that is.
Oh man, okay, guys, we got to put a hole on this podcast. So a butter tart it's like a little. Do you know what a tart is, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at butter tarts right now.
Yeah, so butter tarts are amazing. I actually really know what a butter tart is. Let me look this up too. It's a small pastry tart highly regarded in Canadian cuisine and considered one of Canada's quintessential treats. The sweet tart consists of a filling of butter, sugar, syrup, and egg, baked in a pastry shell until the filling is semi-solid with a crunchy top. But my mom also adds raisins into it, and it makes it really, really good.
Yeah, I saw the raisins and golden raisins specifically.
Yeah, I didn't know it was Canadian cuisine. Look at that, guys.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
That explains why I didn't know it.
Yeah, but it's really warm, so I'm gonna let that sit there, and I'm just gonna smell it here for a little bit and salivate.
I can smell it now. It smells amazing.
Although I gotta be careful about this butter tart.
Why?
Because it's also a pervert.
Oh man, it came back around. All right. But anyways, for Horrencia Saga, I'm a woo.
I'm kind of a woo.
I'm not
I
interested.
hope it's good, but I don't.
The
think
art style is very
reminds me of Fire Emblem.
No, because I like Fire Emblem. I don't know. This art style just doesn't appeal to me at all. There's something about it that seems like cheesy and cliche.
Cliche is a see, cliche Fire Emblem.
Oh my god. Fair. All right, whatever. Let's move on.
So I've never heard of this next one. I don't know if it's going to be good. I haven't really heard anybody talk about it either, but this is Pokemon? Is that how it's pronounced?
No, it's called Pokemon.
Pokemon Journeys, the series.
Yep.
So there's more Pokemon stuff coming out. Does this even release on the internet for us?
It's episode 50. It's been out for a while already. It's an ongoing show.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay. I've never seen a Pokemon thing show up in the live charts before.
It's about the never-ending, never-aging Ash Ketchum and his Pikachu. And he has a new friend. And then they're going to collect some gym badges.
Did you hear the theory about why he's never aged?
Because he's in a coma?
What? Really?
Yeah.
That's the theory you heard?
Yeah, like after he gets shocked by Pikachu, he goes in a coma and he just thinks he's in this vegetable state where he never ages.
So, you know how in the very first episode, he sees Ho-Ho flying in the sky, but we don't know it's Ho-Ho?
Yeah.
So, Ho-Ho, the myth about Ho-Ho is if you ever see it, it'll grant you a wish. And one of Ash's wish, the wish that Ash had was he wanted to go on like an adventure. He wanted to go on an adventure forever or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact wording about it. So Ho-Ho granted his wish.
Oh, so he never ages and he's always on an adventure?
Yeah.
But how do you explain no one else aging?
Because Ho-Ho granted his wish.
I like the Pikachu shocked him into a coma theory.
That one's a lot sadder.
Yeah, but it makes more sense. I feel like the Ho-Ho thing's way sadder because he granted his wish and nobody can age and grow in life now? Like, what the fuck?
Well, I feel like Brock and Misty have changed.
They haven't aged, though.
Oh, I don't know then.
Anyways, that's Pokemon Journeys, the series, guys. Ongoing.
We're just going to have like a Pokemon podcast one of these days where we just, neither of us really know lots about it.
Do we have to?
If we did, we'll just like make up a bunch of stuff and we'll just like talk about it for a while.
I feel like the Sunovageek podcast should kind of just stick with, anime stuff. I like that.
Well, technically Pokemon's an anime.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Zeo, I have no intention of doing that. I don't know anything about Pokemon except for what I watched when I was younger and some of the games.
Same. That's all I've got.
Okay. See,
cool.
Then we should just be. we should
do a
portray
Pokemon
ourselves
podcast.
as Pokemon experts then.
And then just fuck up every Pokemon name. This Pikachu character guy. Charizard. He's just some dinosaur that breathes fire.
Okay, we got to do that one of these days now.
All right. I'm in. Let's go.
So I'm kind of excited about this next one. Skate the Infinity.
But it's the 8 is a number, so it's cool.
Yeah. It's SK8 the Infinity.
Oh man, that's so cool.
Yeah. I think I love the picture for it.
It is a pretty badass picture. And it's about skateboarding. I used to skateboard, Spen.
I didn't, but okay, we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Okay. All right.
Reiki, a high school sophomore and skater, is addicted to S, a highly secret and dangerous downhill skateboarding race that takes place in an abandoned mine. The skaters are especially wild about the beefs or heated battles that erupt in the races. Reiki takes Langa, transfer student returning to Japan after studying abroad to the mine where the races are held. Langa, who has no skateboarding experience, finds himself pulled into the world of S. I think that could be really cool.
I'm into it. I am finding myself getting into sports anime, but not like typical sports like basketball and tennis and stuff. Like, I don't care about that stuff as much, but these weird extreme sports. Like, I'm watching this one anime right now about like racing, like running and parkour racing. Like, that's all it is. It's just running. What's it called? Oh man, I don't remember what that's called. It's some kind of slightly obscure name, but the animation style is kind of cool. It's very stylistic, and it's about a team that's racing through high schools and stuff. I don't know. It's just very fascinating.
Is it Prince of Stride?
Yes, Prince of Stride. There you go.
Okay, I just Googled parkour racing anime.
There you go. I'm really I find myself really enjoying it, and
that's only from 2016. Oh, Funimation. That's why I gotta just start looking at Funimation as often as I look at Crunchyroll. I'm missing out on all these shows.
Yeah, I really like it, so I'm definitely into this. I like the idea of competitive animes in a unusual fashion. So I don't like the standard sports stuff, but I like these weird sports. Like, I really liked Beyblade. And Beyblade is just spinning tops and but they took it in a competitive level. And then the same thing with Metabots. I really liked Metabots too because they did the same thing, like a competitive level, but it's not your typical standard sport.
See, what I love about sports anime is like what you're talking about. Beyblade's not a great example of this, but things like, I'm really hoping Skate the Infinity does it, and I hope Prince of Stride does it too, but typically for sports animes, there's a really strong animation quality to it because they have to really portray what's going on. So you get these really awesome sequences of just these crazy over-exaggerated movements and really well done animation cycles, and it's just beautiful to watch.
Yeah, no, I do
really
agree with that about
Skate
sports
the Infinity
anime. I
does
think
that.
they really go all out on the animation style of it, and it's really cool to watch, and it does a pretty good job at hyping you up, I think.
But I think Skate the Infinity is another one of those where I can't think of another. The closest thing I can think to anything like this is Eureka 7, but that's not anything like it.
Yeah.
And it's only like the early episodes of Eureka 7 really had much to do with like the sport aspect, and it was just kind of like the talking about the sport aspect of the boarding.
And it's by Aniplex. And I'm a big fan of that studio.
I think out of every show we've talked about, I'm excited about Skate the Infinity the most.
Really? It's up there for me too, actually. I'm a woohoo.
Yeah, I'm up. I want to see it, and I hope it's really good.
Yeah. We should
every once in a while a show comes out
do
like
a
this.
review of it. That's what we should do.
Yeah.
Like we tried to review that one game, Darwin's game, that wasn't that good. But maybe this will be good.
Yeah, I think that could be fun.
Yeah, all right, cool. That's coming out January 10th, everybody.
Yeah, well, January 9th it says for me.
Whatever. Stupid Canada.
Why did we hit the refresh page? See if it changes for you.
All right. And refreshed. Nope, same. I think
Really?
Canada gets it before us.
Well, mine says January 9th at 10 a.m. Oh, what do you have?
Oh, mine says JST.
You got the wrong time zone.
Oh, well, that's dumb.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, January 9th, 12 p.m.
Yeah, there we go. That makes more sense now. Every time Zeo mentioned a time before, just in the podcast, which I think was one other show, just ignore it.
Perfect. Yeah, just ignore it. Just put it.
I think it'll be pretty good.
All right, cool. Yeah. But what do we got next?
Well, talking about sports anime, we've got Sane High School Boys Volleyball Club. This is a school sports anime. I don't know what to think about this one.
I'm not interested.
Because Haikyuu is my favorite sports anime I've ever seen in my life. And it's also a volleyball one.
Oh. I think I saw that on Funimation.
Because Haikyuu, they did a really good job with Haikyuu with so many, there's so many characters in the game.
Isn't that about women, though?
No, Haikyuu is about boys volleyball.
Oh, all right.
In the first episode, it takes place when the main character Hinata is in middle school, and it kind of goes through some spots where he doesn't actually have his own volleyball club, so he plays with the girls' volleyball team.
Oh, okay.
So maybe you saw some of that, or maybe you're thinking of a different show. I don't know.
Yeah, one or the other. I'm not really interested in real sports anime. I haven't been, but I might after watching a few more of these extreme sport animes.
Okay. Well, with this one, Kibichika Haijima was a member of a strong junior high school volleyball team in Tokyo. But after getting into serious trouble with the team, he moves to his mother's hometown in Fukui. There where he spent his childhood and is reunited with his childhood friend, Yuni Kuroba. Kuroba, who has outstanding physical abilities but is weak under pressure, and Hijima, whose overwhelming passion and talent for volleyball always cause friction with others, grow up to be an ace pair. But in the last prefectural tournament before they graduate middle school, they get into a big fight. The two of them both start high school at Seine High, no longer friends. Waiting for them on the boys' volleyball team is the oddball pair of Oda and hot-headed 163-centimeter tall captain, and Aoki, the cool 193-centimeter tall vice captain.
This is oddly specific about their height.
As well as a second grader Kano, who is allergic to sunlight and always wears long sleeves and long pants. Hajime and Kuroba aim for one more shot at the national championship, but... and then the synopsis keeps going. I think that's enough.
Yeah, it's a long-ass synopsis.
I think what it's trying to show is the captain's really short at 163 centimeters, and then the vice captain's really tall at 193 centimeters.
Yeah, those are just weird details to have in a synopsis.
Well, in sports animes, a lot of that stuff is usually talked about.
Oh, I know what happened. Here's how it actually ends, Ben. Hajime and Kuroba aim to be one more shot at the national champions, but they're both perverts.
Oh, is that how it's supposed to be?
That's how it's supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
I love this joke that we're gonna run to the ground and will no longer be funny.
Well, it's stuck forever now. It's gonna transition outside of the podcast now, too.
Yes, perfect.
Okay. I look forward the most, because Toll doesn't watch the podcast, so it's fine. I look forward the most to a live stream that we're on with him, and he's talking about, or someone's talking about something about Toll, and then just you chime in, and he's also a pervert. He's gonna have no idea.
He's gonna be so mad. He'll get so salty about it. It's like, I'm not a pervert. And then I'm like, but he's also a pervert. Oh man. I love it when we talk about Toll on our podcast because he'll never find out.
No, I mean we could do the same thing about Thane because I don't think Thane watches it.
That's true.
Nab, I think, might watch it from time to time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair. So Nab, if you hear this, don't you tell Toll. You better not tell Toll.
Yeah, and Sigma, you can't tell him either.
Yeah, Sigs.
At the most, you can tease Toll and just be like, hey, Toll, I know something about you from the podcast.
Yeah, but don't tell him which one. Make him listen to all 54 of these.
No. Don't wait till the next podcast after this one so it confuses him and he tries to watch the most recent one, but it's not in it.
That way we get watch time.
All right, so the next... Oh, that's going to be January 7th. The Same High School Boys.
Yeah, and I'm gonna woo.
I'm going to go woo.
Cool.
So we got Dr. Ramune, Mysterious Disease Specialist. You want to take this one away, Zeo?
As long as hearts exist inside people, there will always be those who suffer. And then something strange enters their mind and causes a strange disease to manifest itself into the body. The illness, which is called a mystery disease, how original, is unknown to most, but certainly exists. There is a doctor and an apprentice who fights the disease with modern medicine cannot cure. His name is Ramune. He actually freely... Nope, I said that wrong. He acts freely all the time and is foul-mouthed and doesn't even look like a doctor. However, once he is confronted with a mysterious disease, he is able to quickly uncover the root cause with his patients' deep-seated distress and cure them. And beyond that, he's a pervert. They just lead me into it, Spen. They just lead me into it.
There's so, like, the end of the synopsis for this one is beyond that, ... Why?
So
Are they
I
trying to make it sound
like
more mysterious? Oh, okay.
They knew we were doing this podcast. They
must have watched last podcast.
Yeah, they must have watched the last podcast, and they're like, "Oh, we're just gonna change everything." But I'm this is a boo for me. I'm not even remotely interested. I'm not.
No, I'm kind of like a. Can I do like a meh?
Now he's adding to the system.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna go like a. Boo?
Boo. Perfect. Cool.
Okay. I'm gonna try it. I don't know. I don't know if I'll even try it out.
I'm gonna let you decide if you want to try it out, and then if you remember,
thanks for letting me decide.
You can tell me if I should maybe decide to try it out, and then I'll probably still not try it out.
Probably that's how it's gonna go.
But this next one, man, kind of.
Oh, and that's gonna be January 9th.
Oh yeah, January 9th. There you go, everybody. Everybody interested in Dr. Ramoon, mysterious disease
and Dr. Boo.
Dr. Rabu. All right, but what do we got next?
Back Arrow. It kind of looks like a 90s anime.
Looks like Gundam.
Yeah, but if Gundam was
terrible.
less cool and had fancy pants.
It's true. It looks bad. Looks like a bad version of Gundam.
It's like a cowboy meets Gundam.
Ugh.
I think those are cowboy chaps.
Yeah, they do definitely look like cowboy chaps.
Yeah. I had no idea. I never knew what assless chaps were for, but I guess it was so that you don't catch, like if you're riding through like the brush, you don't get like snagged by like branches and stuff, and it doesn't like scratch through your pants or something.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Yeah, I thought it was just because
people wanted to show off their ass.
Yeah.
Easier pooping. That's what I thought they were for.
I thought it was just like an aesthetic thing where it's just like, why do cowboys wear that? Nobody really knows.
Yep. But this guy, why does this guy wear them then if he's going to be sitting in a mech?
Yeah, so his legs don't brush up against the
sides of the mech on the inside? He doesn't want to get all that iron poisoning.
Yeah, maybe it's like, maybe the mechs are like coated in lead
there
for
you
some
go.
reason.
Yeah, he doesn't want to get lead on his leg. Makes perfect sense. We've already figured out the plot, everybody.
Ringarindo is a land surrounded by a wall. The wall covers, protects, cultivates, and nurtures this land. Not me, apparently. The wall is God. It is the foundation of this land of Ringarindo. One day, a mysterious man named Back Arrow appears in Esha village on the outskirts of Ringarindo. Arrow lost his memories, but says that all he knows is I came from beyond the wall. To restore his memories, Arrow heads out beyond the wall, but is embroiled in a battle with himself as the stakes.
And his robot's a pervert.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Arrow heads out beyond the wall, but is embroidered in a battle with himself as the stakes. Okay, that makes more sense now. I read that wrong the first time.
He's probably arguing over like his assless chaps, like if they actually look cool or not.
They don't.
But he thinks they
Although
do.
I feel like someone, if they put like the cosplay together for that, it might look cool.
I don't know. It looks like he has shorts on. So he's wearing shorts and then chaps over him to make them pants.
Oh, well now the chaps make sense.
But that's just dumb. Why wear shorts?
He can't. Well, maybe he can't wear pants because his legs got really sunburnt.
Oh, so the chaps.
He can't wear just shorts because he's outside all the time.
And it's cold.
Well, no, because he's outside all the time and they're really badly sunburned, so he's got to protect
his sunburned legs.
Yeah.
Looks like we figured out the plot. Like, it's pretty easy right there.
I'm just gonna be like,
this is a boo. This is a straight boo.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't think I'm even gonna try it. But I also feel like I'm just exhausted from all these other shows.
It's true. We've already watched so many of these. I just can't fit the time to watch this one.
None of them are out until next month.
Oh. We have already planned to watch so many of these. I can't plan to add this one in. Jeesh. But anybody who does like mech animes...
I guess also Merry Christmas. Christmas has already happened.
Oh. Cool. Merry Christmas. 3 days ago. Woo! Anybody who does want to see Back Arrow comes out January 8th.
Yeah. If you really want us to see it, You can tell us, but I don't know if that'll change anything. Unless it's like an overwhelming response, and Sigma's vote doesn't count.
Yeah, that's true. We need at least 39 people to say, you guys have to watch this.
Yeah.
So, have fun. Next, we got Geck Idol. It's about idols that are Gecks. Not really.
No,
it's about a bunch of
even a
girls.
little bit.
Set 5 years after the mysterious disaster of a city's sudden disappearance, a group of girls fascinated by the theatrical material system uses 3D holograms aimed to brighten the stage during the city's post-apocalyptic recovery.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
I'll probably check it out. Well, it all depends. Some shows like this have really, really awesome animation style with like all the choreographed dancing, which is really cool to see. But I don't enjoy it when they do the 3D, because usually the 3D is just, it feels half-assed.
Yeah. Also, for me, because I watch dub, the choreographed singing doesn't do very well in American dubbed animes. It's just, it just feels very disconnected to me. So I tend to not care about them. So this is kind of a boo for me.
I'm going to be like, boo?
Yeah, cool.
All right, January 5th.
There you go. But after that, we got Bungo Stray Dogs 1. Bungo Stray Dogs spin-off series about everyday life of the members of Armed Detective Agency and the Port Mafia.
I don't think I'm going to watch this.
Hardcore boo.
I don't normally watch the chibi versions
of anime
of a show.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, Bungo Stray Dogs is already kind of comedic and silly. I don't see the point of this existing.
Yeah.
Other than just to kind of be a cash grab, in my opinion.
I don't think this is quite a boo for me yet. I think it's like a woo on the cusp of booing.
This is just boo. I'm not remotely...
It's kind of like if I go to watch something and nothing, like there's no other shows, and then I go to Netflix and there's still no other shows, and then if I go to all of the other stuff and there's still no other shows, I still probably won't watch it. But if someone held a gun to my head and said, you better watch this, I'd be like, all right. I'm not going to argue with them.
All right, sounds good. Let's do it. Now, after that, though, we have Azure Lane. Slow ahead.
Whoa.
There's no synopsis for it, but it's basically... Oh, 1 second. Hold on. Do you hear it?
Zeo has... I heard it for a second. I don't hear it anymore.
It's pretty loud. But my mic's probably trying to silence it out. Still going. Still going. Okay, we're good. Nope. There's another one. Okay. I think we're good.
So this is another one of the spin-off shows?
Yeah, of Azure Lane. So Azure Lane is like a very action-heavy Ichi anime. And this is like a cutesy version of that. Yeah, I'll probably pass.
Wait, is it? Because I never watched Azure Lane.
It's on Funimation and it has the Ichi title. Like, it's in fan service.
Oh, is it pretty good?
I didn't watch it because of it.
No, that's fair. I mean, even from looking at some of, like, we can see the poster and just how some of the characters are here, it's just kind of like, oh yeah, no, it's definitely fan service.
What I find very awkward about this is, so if I watched Azure Lane, like if I was into this and I wanted this anime for its fan service and stuff, then changing to this show where they look like little girls, that's weird. Like,
it is 100%.
So like, you got to think of the audience, right? So if the audience is really into this,
I don't want to think about this anymore.
Fair.
So moving to the next one.
I'm a boo all the way.
Boo.
Okay. And the next one, we've got Heaven's Design Team. In Heaven's animal design department, designers create a variety of new animals daily while contending with the unreasonable requests of their client, God. Funny, interesting, and full of useful information, this series answers questions such as, why can't unicorns exist? And what makes animals taste delicious? What's the most powerful creature in the ocean? And birds versus snake, who would win?
I'm really excited for this.
It has the 7 Deadly Sins art style.
Has the what?
7 Deadly Sins art style.
Yeah, I guess it kind of does. It reminds me of... Oh, God, there's another show that has an art style like that, too. But I think what really excites me for this is it's got everything in the making for a really funny slice of life. And I love the idea of these people designing animals, and then there's God, who's just got these unreasonable requests where he's like, can you make me like a dolphin penguin that can also like not only swim but like mow grass? And then these people who work for him have to be like, oh God, how are we gonna put this together? And
then God's like, I don't know, I just asked you to do it. Because you said, oh, God.
It excites me. I think it's going to be really sweet.
Good. I'm glad you're excited. I'm kind of a woo.
I'm like a woohoo.
We'll see.
January 7th. I'm going to have a good time.
7th. What's the next one, Spen?
We've got Scar on the Praetor.
It should have been Scar on the Praetor.
Scar on the... But there's no A at the end. It's just P-R-A-E-T-R.
I know, but it should be. Scar on the Praetor.
Scar on the Praetor. All right. Tokyo, the Akatsuki Special District. This newly created special economic zone was fully controlled by the gigantic Sakashima Holdings conglomerate. Wow, that's a bunch of words there.
Yeah.
Attempts by rival corporations to take advantage of the tax advantages and other regulatory benefits within the zone lead to the massive Akatsuki conflict. The area's government collapsed, and Sakashima Holdings was dissolved. The special zone became a lawless area where no one ruled. But there were those who rose to protect it. Men who carried the divine tattoos, which sealed raging divine beasts. These men, known as the Scarred, each had a special power and strong enough defensive strength to reflect a bullet or shatter a blade that touched their body. The bearers of these tattoos made good use of their powers, forming different teams. Helios, the protectors of the city. Artemis, protectors of their organization. And the Public Safety Special Division, which protected law and order. As small-scale gang wars continue to break out every day, they each try to pursue their own sense of justice. This is the story of their everyday life within this raging turmoil. I think it's got potential. I don't know, though.
This was a woo because of the tiny picture. I'm like, oh, the art style doesn't seem so bad. Then I Googled it, and then it's very much like a pretty boy art style, or like looking for girl fan service, if that makes sense.
But it's action superpower, so I don't know. Those are the tags it's getting.
What kills me is I found a picture, and it's an animated dude holding a 3D modeled gun, and it looks terrible.
Really?
Let me send you this picture.
Oh no, is it 3D?
Look at that. No, the animation is 2D, but then the gun is 3D.
So I'm looking at the trailer right now, and the characters are in 2D, but the world is in 3D.
Ugh, that does not mesh.
But the animation of the characters moving around is incredible.
Well, yeah,
but I mean, they had time to focus on it.
I was going to say, they had time to focus on it because the rest of the world looks like shit.
All right, where's this picture you sent? Yeah, that does look weird.
No, I'll pass.
Oh, yeah. The trailer makes it hard to watch. I'm going to give it a shot, though.
There's a boo.
I think the concept is really interesting.
Yeah, the concept's interesting. And like I said, the picture was fine. I can even look past the art style. But then just the 3D mixed with the 2D.
I'm going to give it a woob.
When are these animes going to learn, man? They just need to stop.
Like, you mean combining 2D and 3D?
Yeah, just pick one.
Well, there's sometimes they do it successfully.
Name it. What time did they do
Evangelion.
I haven't seen it. Name another one.
I don't know.
All right, whatever.
But I mean, Evangelion keeps it pretty separate.
Oh, okay. That
like it doesn't do it both at the same time.
That may be fine. But yeah, just I don't know.
Because it has 2D elements but I guess the 3D is also done in a 2D art style.
Oh, look, there's a whole list. You can, like, if you go to the right, there's colors. I'm hitting skipping on it, and it, like, blocks it out so you can't see it again.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, it is cool. I like
because you can, like, sign in and set all this stuff up. So you have, like, your own account with LiveChart.
Oh, that's really cool.
And then you can have, like, your own watch list on it and all sorts of stuff
That's
like that.
awesome. Everybody should get on this website and do that. By do that, I mean come over to the Scar and Praetor and then just put it on the skipping list. So it teaches them to never do this again.
Well, I'm still interested in checking it out. I don't think I can give it a proper opinion until I've seen a whole episode.
Yeah.
Because there are some times where a show does something where you're just like, this is really, it takes me out of it. I can't do this. But then after you get used to it, just because it's so different, then you're just kind of like, all right, this isn't so bad. Like that's when I first met you, that was kind of how your voice was for me. But then I spent...
Ouch. I don't know how to feel about this right now.
But now it's just kind of normal to me and it's fine.
Oh, thanks. I'm glad.
Hey, no problem. But yeah, that's going to be January 8th. I'm going to give it a woo.
That's a straight boo. I can't get past the trailer, especially after seeing the picture. It just looks bad. It doesn't mesh well. But there's the next one we got going on. Wonder Egg Priority. I don't know what the synopsis is, but I like this picture.
It looks really cool. She's just full of energy, super exciting.
I think the art style is really good. I'm gonna Google this real quick.
Well, the art style from that reminds me of The Girl Who Leapt Through Time.
Okay. Yeah, it kind of does. So, Wonder Egg Priority is an up-and-coming original Japanese anime television series animated by Clever Works. The series is a co-production... Oh my goodness, there's no actual synopsis. Never mind.
No, I haven't found a synopsis for it either.
Huh. All right, everybody, that's what it's about.
They don't even have a proper wiki for it.
Yeah, there's no info for this at all. It's complete. Oddly enough, the mysteriousness of it makes me very interested.
Here's the best thing I've found so far. If you want to change the future, choose now. A story about breaking an egg to believe in yourself.
Huh. I found a trailer. Or a teaser.
Interesting. I'm really excited for this. I'm not going to give it anything because it doesn't give us anything to really rate it on.
Hold on, I'm
looking forward to checking
the
it
teaser.
out.
Ooh, it's got pretty music, Spen.
Is that the one that's like 30, 40 seconds long?
Yeah. Animation's pretty good.
But it doesn't really give us anything.
Oh, an egg just cracked. Oh, she's in tears.
I'm excited. But here's the problem for you, Zeo. It's a slice of life.
So? It looks good. I'm interested.
And I don't think there's any way that she can be a pervert.
I mean, she could be. You don't know. She's got 2 different color eyes.
I don't think that's what decides if someone's a pervert or not.
Oh, look, I put that one thing, the skipping on that anime. When I refreshed the page, it took it away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's no longer being released. Yes.
All right, well, all we know about the Wonder Egg Priorities that's coming out in January.
All right.
Up next, we have Idly Pride. To become an idol, I shed blood, sweat, and tears. Even so, I push on. I want to shine. I want to earn it. I want to become number one. I want to smile. I want to make my dreams come true. I want to look back at a sea of people. I want to be noticed. I want to find it. I want to overcome obstacles. I have only pride inside my chest. I'm a pervert. No one is in the spotlight from the beginning. Everyone is weak. Only those who do not break will reach the highest peak to become an idol. This is the story of idols who face big dreams and harsh reality. I think this is kind of cool.
Yeah,
this
isn't my typical cup of tea, but this last phrasing here, the story of idols who face big dreams and harsh reality,
it's an underdog story.
Yeah.
There's a few Idol shows I've watched that I really, really enjoyed, and I think this is going to be along the lines of them that I've enjoyed.
One thing I do like that anime does is it's not afraid to give some people sad endings. And I like that because that is more realistic. Like when there's a love story going on, right? Like if you watch some sort of romance, there's always like a triangle. One person gets rejected. They just have to deal with it. And I kind of like that. Like it's not like, I mean, they do always end up making them overly positive. Like, I'm okay with it. Let's be friends, which is kind of annoying. But I like the fact that there's legitimate like rejection there and not like some side guy who shows up randomly. Like, yeah, let's start dating. And she's like, oh, okay. And be happy. So I'm actually kind of interested. I'm kind of like, ooh.
Oh no.
What?
I was almost really excited for this next one. But then I didn't realize what it, all right. Well, I mean, for Idly Pride, I'm excited. I'm going to give it like a woo.
All right. Now let's talk about this one you're not excited about.
Armor Shop for Ladies and Gentlemen.
That sounds two, which means it's got to be a second season, right?
Well, so Kotz was looking for a job and suddenly he gets hired by an armor shop, but it's not your run-of-the-mill armor shop. It's an adult armor shop. An ecchi comedy showing the shopkeeper side of selling sexy battle armor.
I'm into it. I want to watch it now. I really want to watch it. I don't know why, but it seems super ridiculous and I want to see it now.
It does.
What's
I'm gonna watch it too.
I at least am gonna give it an episode to see if the comedy carries it.
Yeah,
because
it's got a lot of potential.
It does have potential.
Because when I first read the synopsis, I'm like, oh, this is kind of like a neat little slice of life, and then it's like, oh, no, it's not. Not even a little bit. There's a slice of something ongoing here.
There's a slice of something. I mean, because even though ecchi is a category, it's pretty wide still, because not all ecchi has nudity.
Some of something else pretty wide there too.
Sometimes it's just panties and underwear. But so I'm going to give it a shot, and I'm curious if the comedy can carry it, because if it does, then I'll watch the rest of it. I've watched my fair share of ecchi as long as it's funny. It's like the one show I told you about, the one where the boring dystopia where nobody knows the dirty joke or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, that was hilarious. There's no nudity.
No, they can be pretty funny.
Yeah, there's no nudity in that either. It's just all underwear and stuff, I think. But it's funny, and it's dumb. And then there's High School DxD, which I need you to watch, Ben. You need to watch it. It's got nudity all over the place. It's super hardcore ecchi. But it's the funniest anime I've ever watched. And it's got really good action animation. Like, it's really good. It's actually like top-notch stuff.
You've been telling me about it for a while now.
It's got like 3 or 4 seasons. You really need to watch it. Like, I promise. I think you would actually like it. You'd have to look past it.
I probably would. There's a few times I've almost started it. But then another show came out and I was just like, all right, I'm going to just go watch this.
You got to watch it and then we got to talk about it. It's surprisingly very good. It's
okay.
All right.
Well, I think for Armor Shop, I'm going to give it a woo.
I'm a woo. I'm interested. I want to watch at least one episode. All right.
So that's going to be sometime in January. We'll be able to experience. It's just from the picture. You would never. You're like, this is going to.
It looks like one of those
like
indie art styles where it's like, oh, it's kind of sweet, and it does look like that. But then,
but once you read the synopsis, you're like, oh, there's going to be nothing soft about this.
I mean, there might be.
No. Okay. So the next one we've got is D4 DJ First Mix. Yeah, I don't know. Having moved back to Japan from abroad, Rinku Aimoto transfers to Yoba Academy where DJing is popular. She is deeply moved by a DJ concert she sees there and decides to form a unit of her own with Maho Akashi and some other names. While interacting with the other DJ units like Piki Piki and Photon Maiden, Rinku and her friends aim for the high stage. I actually changed my opinion on this now. I thought this was going to be an idol show.
Yeah,
like a show about idols.
It's
about DJs, which is I haven't seen one like that.
My thing is I feel like the music has to be good. Like it has to be. And unfortunately,
there's only one way to find out if
it's
it's going to be good or not.
I don't think it's going to be good music.
Well, this is an ongoing one. I'm going to watch an episode of this today.
Okay.
Just so that I can figure out if it's something I'm going to watch or not.
All right.
Otherwise, I'm just going to forget about it.
Cool.
I'm going to give this one a woo.
I'm going to give it a woo.
All right. Well, that one's ongoing right now.
All right.
The next one we've got, Zeo, take it away.
It's Soku Musume Senki.
I think you actually got that one pretty close.
Oh, really? Nice. It's anime based on the story of Soku Musume Mazel Rem Crisis, the rebooted version of the franchise's game. In the game, the female characters are clad in parts from Little Battlers' experienced robots.
I'm sure if I started watching it, I'd be like, this is okay, but I don't think I'm going to even give it a chance.
See, I would be more interested if it wasn't all females. This sounds bad initially, but I like a mixed cast. Like, I don't mind that there are females in there, but I like male to female ratio because I feel like once it goes one direction or the other, it's too far in some way.
That's fair.
I don't know, because I also
typically
feel like
when it's an all-female cast, it can get pretty fan servicey.
Yeah. Other than that, I like the idea of like people having like armored units attached to them.
Well, because the anime, I believe it's about there's a lot of fighting and battling going on between the armored units.
Yeah, I think that's cool. I just
the picture that they have there looks a lot worse than the show actually is. Like here, it looks like it's a bunch of like robots and it's all about like flying around.
Well, see, I actually like the art style in the picture there.
Oh, wait, I'm looking at the wrong one. So there's an older one called Soko Musume.
Yeah, this is a
which
reboot.
is like a modern day where they're fighting with like medieval stuff. So they got like medieval armors and medieval weapons. And then the Senki one, I think...
It's a modern reboot. It says it in the synopsis.
Oh, so it's a reboot of the same thing, but they're all fighting with like mechs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Instead of like the medieval
stuff.
You know what? I'm a little bit more interested in it now. Well, I just kind of skipped back and forth through the PV trailer. So, I don't know. It gives me some Evangelion vibes, which I'm excited for. So,
if it had a more diverse cast, I would be into it.
Well, I'm going to give this one I'm going to give it a woo.
I'm a woo.
But next we've got, that's January 6th.
Yeah.
Next we've got Meiko-san Chi no Makanai-san. And I'll never know if I'm saying these right. Meet Kyo and Sumire, two friends from Aomori who came to Kyoto in hopes of becoming Meiko. While Sumire successfully fulfills her dream, Kyo is not so lucky or talented. Instead, her gift is in her culinary skills, which she uses to help support Sumire and the other Meiko. What's a Meiko?
I don't know.
A Meiko is it's an apprentice geisha.
Oh, cool. This sounds right up your alley, Spen.
Yeah, so I think it'll be a neat little slice of life thing where she kind of wants to pursue the dream, but she's not able to. And instead, she's kind of helping support the others. So I think it's going to give us some really cool perspectives of her kind of feeling down, but also helping them out. Maybe even leading to her getting the job that she was wanting in the future.
Yeah.
I just really hope that it doesn't go the stepsisters vibe like Cinderella. I hope it's like they're all kind of like friends and working together.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be because we're not getting drama up in the tag.
Yeah.
But if it's going to be a comedy slice of life in this kind of concept, I'm going to give it a pretty good woo.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a boo because I'm not even interested. Nothing against it, but it's just not my cup of tea.
But this is going to be sometime in February of next year.
Yeah. But after that, we got Fate Grand Order Special. All new Fate Grand Order anime short will air within Fate Project New Year's Eve TV Special 2020.
Yeah, we don't really know much about it.
Yeah.
I'm sure somewhere else has lots of information, but hey, it's Fate Grand Order, So I think it's probably going to be pretty good.
Some
the Fate
Fates are
series is
good,
pretty
some are
popular.
bad.
Have you seen any of the Fate series?
Yeah, I love Fate Zero. I love Fate Unlimited or Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. I'm not a big fan of the rest of them.
Have you seen any of Fate Grand Order?
No.
Fate Grand Order got a little bit more on the fan servicey side compared to the others. But it's okay. You get to see some interesting characters in it that are related to the other Fate series. So it's kind of neat to see how they kind of all maybe play together.
Yeah.
I never finished Grand Order, though.
See, I feel like starting with Zero is probably a mistake because I think that's the best one. Because I've tried to watch a few of them and I can only get like a couple episodes in, then I'm just bored and don't care.
Well, what's tough is Fate Zero it's pretty much its own standalone, which is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's connected to...
But
Unlimited
a lot of
Blade
the other
Works.
Fates usually, like Fate Grand Order is the anime that takes place after the video game, I believe.
Okay.
Or there's some sort of a game, it might even have been a mobile one that takes place before it. And so that's why I had a hard time getting into it.
Yeah, I have a hard time with series that do that, where they just change genres and stuff, and you have to follow all of them. Like, there's this one anime, what's it called? Danganronpa? Or something like that. Danganronpa.
Sounds familiar.
It has like 4 seasons or something, and then a bunch of games, and they're all intertwined, but you have to like follow them super close to really understand.
Oh, that psychological killer one.
Yeah, like I enjoyed the first season. I tried to get into the second season, but then it had like 2 second seasons, and you're supposed to like watch episode 1 of this one and episode 1 of the next one, and then keep cycling back and forth. I'm like, that's a lot to keep track of.
Wait, really?
Yeah. For it to make
That's
absolute sense, you're supposed to.
Oh.
Like
That's weird.
Like I had to read an article that broke it down. Like, if I have to do all this, it's not something I want to get into.
Well, I'm going to give this one a boo. I don't really care for it.
Boo. Not interested.
Which sucks because I love Fate Zero and Fate Stay Night.
I agree. Like, I also love those, and I just wish they were all held to that type of standard, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like those are on a pretty high standard of quality and storytelling.
Yeah. Well, because when I was in not university, it's more like a college. I had to do a final project for for a video editing class, and I created a trailer for Fate Stay Night because I was so enamored by it. I just everything I wanted. If I just wanted it incorporated into every part of my life.
Fate Stay Night, I think, had like really great animation, but Fate Zero, I think, is top-notch storytelling.
Well, isn't Fate Zero the newest one? or Fate? Which one's the original?
Fate Stay Night is the original.
Okay,
Fate Zero is technically a prequel to that.
Yeah, because I thought Fate Zero had the better animation.
Okay, so let me rephrase. Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. It's like the remake of that show.
Oh, I haven't finished watching all that.
So, yeah, the original Fate Stay Nights, I'm not that big of a fan of. It's kind of like Full Metal Alchemist and then Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Okay.
So Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works is basically Brotherhood to the original. Just
That's fair.
Much better version of it. So after the success of Fate Zero, they redid Fate Stay Night with Unlimited Blade Works. So I think Unlimited Blade Works is super good in animation and quality, but I think Fate Zero just narratively and storytelling is a much better anime.
Oh, okay. I guess that's fair. No, thinking about it again, I think you're right.
Yeah. Fate Zero.
There's a lot of aspects that they did with it that were just really, really cool.
The storytelling was just on point. It was great. It subverted some expectations of some animes. Like, it didn't go the direction you thought it would go. I really liked it. And Unlimited Blade Works just is a continuation, but it's, I think, a nicer version. I don't know. It's a more I don't know, it almost feels like Fate Zero is the adult version, and then Unlimited Blade Works and Stay Night is designed for teenagers.
Well, which one did you see first?
Zero.
Okay, yeah, that's what I saw first too. I'm really glad I saw it in that order.
Yeah, that too, but then just watching those two animes like kind of just hurt the other Fate animes for me, because I tried to watch them, but I hold them to the regard of Zero and Unlimited Blade Works, and I'm just like, I'm not impressed by these at all.
No, it's going to be hard for them to create something else that holds up to those standards.
Yeah, I think those are clearly the top, and then it just trickles.
Because I think the only way they're going to get something as good is for them to put another show or stage another one after or before the events of there, because the setting of like modern day is just so good for it.
Yeah.
Although it's not really modern day for that, but
yeah, I mean, I think they just need to. I don't know. Fate Zero is such a success. They should take that model of storytelling and kind of just push that direction. Even if they don't stay in that same universe, I think keeping that type of storytelling was just better. It was just more. It was more dramatic and dark, and I think that fits the tone.
What was the one
better.
they came out with after? That was in like some weird tower type thing, wasn't it? It was almost like a video game.
Yeah, there's been a few of them.
Okay, I'll have to look back into those.
Yeah. But anyways, that's coming. That's coming at the end of the year, so it probably already came out by the time of this podcast.
Oh yeah, December 31st. No, we're still good. That's in like 3-4 days.
Oh, okay, cool, great. Glad we're doing this in totally real time.
Yeah. So World Witches Take Off. I think that's a sequel.
Probably.
Because World Witches. Oh no, that's Strike Witches. They're the same thing.
It might be.
I think Strike. Yeah, because it's one where it's like these girls they have like legs or like weapons or something like that, and they like fly around and they shoot stuff. I don't know.
That sounds terrible. It doesn't even sound good.
All right, well, ignore everything I just said. I'm going to read the synopsis here. Countries all over the world formed an alliance to counter the emerging enemy of mankind, Niroi, whom only girls with special powers could counter. However, the Niroi never appeared. Instead of fighting, the witches spend their days idly, this time following not only Unit 501, but also Unit 502, known as Brave Witches, the second volume of the comical daily drama of the witches who do not fight. Niroi begins. Interesting.
Just a straight boo. I'm fine. I don't need to be involved. They got a bunch of them. There's Noble Witches, there's Brave Witches, there's something United Front, Strike Witches. Yeah, there's a lot of these.
Oh, so this is like a whole world of these or universe that these shows kind of exist in.
Yeah.
I'm the same. I'm just gonna be like, whatever, boo.
All right.
I might try it out one day, but I think I tried out one of them, and oh no, you know what it was? There's one I watched where the girls were boats.
What?
They were like these military boats. And so then it was like, these boats were sailing around, and it was from their torso down was the boat. And then they were like people, but then the top half of them were like the girls that would just like travel around in the ocean. They like shot. I didn't watch it for very long.
Terrible.
I was like, this is stupid.
It sounds atrocious.
Anytime I see a show where it's like middle school or high school girls where they're like part of them are like mechanical things, I'm just like, I can't do this.
Yeah, I think we're good.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna turn on the first episode and see how long it takes for me to shut it off. I'm gonna at least give it a chance.
I'm just gonna straight up boo. There's no chance in hell that I'm remotely interested in the show. Also, just because we're heading towards our end time, I think here we can do some honorable mentions, but for the most part, the rest of these don't look great.
Well, there's one that I'm interested in checking out.
All right, well, let's talk about that one.
And it's wave surfing. Yappy?
Pie.
So the project story is set in the city of Ore in Ibaraki Prefecture and centers on Masaki Hinoka, who befriends transfer student Sho Akatsuki before the summer break and ends up getting hooked on surfing. Through the sport, Masaki will get to know new friends and will also drift apart from them in this journey to adulthood.
Yeah, actually, I was gonna rip on it, but now, after hearing that, I'm interested.
Yeah, I think it looks really cool.
I used to surf,
it could be potentially
so I'm very
good.
curious to see how they're gonna handle. Yeah,
I don't see you as like a physically active person.
Really?
Yeah.
Fun story. I didn't become a nerd until after high school. I used to surf, I skateboarded, I used to bike, I used to rollerblade, I played basketball, soccer, I ran track. I was a very athletic individual.
Oh, wow.
And then after high school, I moved up to Michigan for college, and I started embracing the nerdier side of myself, because I used to watch like some anime occasionally. Like I was always interested, but it was always something I kind of suppressed. And none of my friends were into it, so I never bothered to try or care. But when I moved up here, I met other friends that were into the same things, and I just embraced it more and became more of a nerd, and that's how I got here.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool. You got a nice little story for it. It's your origin story.
Yeah. But yeah, I used to surf all the time. I was so dedicated to surfing. My entire middle school and half of high school, pretty much up until I could drive, from like 10 until I could drive, I was at the beach nearly every single day.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'd get up at sunrise and I would surf until like almost sunset. I loved it. In the summertime, it was the best.
Well, I'm a little jealous.
Yeah.
I think surfing would be kind of fun.
It is. It is a lot of fun.
Inevitably, when we meet, we'll have to go surfing.
Oh, man, I haven't surfed in years.
Well, that's great, because I've never surfed.
So we'll both be terrible.
Yeah.
The one thing I will suggest is like we'll have to go surfing. We can rent a surfboard, and we'll rent a long or a wide surfboard, like a long one. They call them longboards or whatever. Basically, they're so wide and long that it's almost impossible to fall on. It's the easiest to learn how to surf.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Consider it done.
Cool.
But I think with that, there's no other shows that I'm really interested in talking about.
I like the art style of Show by Rock Stars, but I'll probably not watch it.
Yeah.
Because again, music stuff is very disconnected when you go into the dubbed realm.
The only one that really piques my interest is the Pont Quio Booth, a traditionally animated series based on Studio Bridge's original VTuber character project, just because I'm interested in the idea of VTubers.
Virtual YouTubers?
Yeah. So it's people that create videos with a virtual avatar.
Okay.
Because virtual avatars, they kind of stay relevant.
Yeah, they don't.
Or they can stay, like, they don't age. They always stay.
Kind of like that, what is it, Hitsumi or Hitsum or...
Hitsumi?
Is that the pop star?
It's something like that.
Virtual...
She's like yeah. But she'll always...
Yeah, she like always exists.
Yeah.
Hatsune Miku, that's who it is.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yep.
But before we finish, I would like to go to the movies tab.
Okay.
And there's a few movies I'd like to talk about, but we don't have enough time. We've already done like 3
We can
podcasts
do a part 4 and just do movies.
Could we?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right, I'm excited for that then. So let's
Great.
Oh, man, you're so genius with how to end this.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Amazing.
Yeah, so like we have part 1 where we don't know what we're doing, part 2 the Ichi edition, part 3 where we finish it, and then part 4 movies.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's it for the Sunovageek Podcast this week. We'll catch you guys next week. I don't think. Oh, actually, a couple of these movies will have come out by then.
That's fine. You probably haven't seen it by the time of listening to this podcast, and if you have, tell us.
Also, tell us how, because it should be impossible.
Yes.
No one can go out and do anything.
Yeah, that's true. How dare you?
All right, see you guys.
Bye.